Yeah, that was great. I mean, yeah, I was a young lad in '65. I joined the club and as an apprentice, really. And what, '64 we won the FA Cup, '65 won the Cup Winners' Cup, and '66 a West Ham fan. I tell you, we won the World Cup. And you know, to be at the club with three World Cup lads like you know, Bobby, Jeff, and Martin, who played such a big part, is fantastic. So, you know, when the Bobby stand was created, you know, I think everyone was pleased, and you know, I knew Bobby well, and obviously it was really sad, you know, that he passed away so early. He was doing a bit of broadcasting for an England game just, what, 4 or 5 days before he passed away. You could see he was really ill at that stage, but I think he wanted to come to Wembley one last time. So when I was asked again, you know, would they mind if I named one after myself, it's great. And then, of course, you think the old stand's or the old ground's going to go, and that would be it. But the fact that Bobby and myself are both going to be part of the new structure is fantastic, really. And yeah, something really pleased with. Yeah.
How massive would it be for the team to be in the Premier League when they move into the Is it unheard of that they won't be in the Premier League?
It's not unheard of, because realistically, if you're a West Ham fan, you know it can happen because it has happened. But naturally, the timing for the next couple of years is something that you were hoping they could stay to give it that impetus and that platform. I think last year was pretty nervous towards the end of the season, but I'd like to think what we've seen of the start of this year. I mean, Saturday was great, and as I say, it was probably as good a performance as a couple of years. But I think you know, the squad itself is stronger. There's a bit more depth for Stan to use. So you'd like to think it's a middle of the table or better group of players, which will give the club the stability, you know, to try and sell the corporate side, you know, of the new stadium. And then, of course, you've got that sort of last season. But if they do well this season and finish okay, then I think next summer, with that potential, it'll be an easier sell for the club when you're speaking to players and so forth, to try and encourage them to come to the squad. And then, of course, that last season will be an exciting one, quite an emotive one at the end. But what you want really is for them to, you know, continue what started this season, next season, so that actually everyone moves to Stratford with that, you know, feeling that the club is going and getting stronger. And of course, then, as I say, you can invite the right players, but also, more importantly, if you've got a 54,000 capacity, there's a much better chance of filling it from one week to the next.
There was a lot of talk about Sam. It's slowly silence on the pitch.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, I think it's a bit unfair. We had different managers that come here, and Sam was one. I think, you know, we had a spell under Ron Greenwood and John Lyle, which was unique, the West Ham way of playing and that. But to be fair, you know, in the 90s and 2000, we had teams that have gone up and down the league and we struggled, and it's not been easy to replicate, you know, producing an academy structure that had a lot of homegrown talent, and we were very lucky during that period of time. So for managers and coaches, when they came in, it was tough for them because Ron was 30, 40 years ago. Now I think, you know, gradually, you know, like any coach, you play a style that's probably suited to the players you have available. And at the moment, the group of players looked really at home playing the way they did last Saturday. And I'm sure Sam was as delighted as anyone, and the fans that all went home enjoying the home fixture. So, you know, let's give him and the board credit, you know, for investing in the players that they've got now and feeling that more optimistic future. So the challenge then is to deal with injuries, because they've got quite a few injuries at the moment. Coyote's just gone out for 4 to 6 weeks, so you've got to deal with that. But I think, you know, the side is getting better and stronger, and, you know, I'm sure, as I say, you know, I don't like to see the comings and goings of managers, and as much as at West Ham or anywhere else, and it's a bit of a nonsense. What was it, in the Championship, about 3 went in the first 2 weeks. So let's hope there's stability now, because if you've got stability at the top of any club, that will also help the playing side.